Welcome back, everyone. I'm Rachel with LoCasa, and this week we are going to be going over some amazing deals that you guys can pick up today for your short-term rental business, along with your investment portfolio if buying is something that you're looking to do. But most of these deals are going to be arbitrage. I'm only going to touch on a couple of purchases, and then from there, you guys can make your own decision. And of course, if you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out. As always, I usually will just touch on this. Anybody that is not a paid user, such as an exclusive or premium member, if you do not have access to all of these deals that I'm going over, it's more than likely because you are not one of those members. Now, doesn't mean you can't be. You absolutely can. You can look at the information that we provide in the email that you're going to receive, or you can go onto our website, LoCasa.com, under services, and take a look at that. I'm not going to go too much into it, but just know that as a premium or exclusive member, you have access to a certain level of deals that standard users may not. So let's go ahead and just jump right into it. Immediately when you get on the site, what do you see? You see Florida, you see California, you see more Florida, and we are just crushing it in Florida right now. We have a ton of deals that just came in Miami, in Fort Lauderdale, in Hollywood. I mean, just all over Florida right now. We also have deals in Tampa, some amazing apartments that you guys can pick up, fully renovated with a month free. If you guys have questions about the Tampa apartments, definitely let me know. I'm not going to go and look at them, but just know that they're there. You can just kind of jump into these so you guys can take a look. This one is going for about $62.50, and the yearly projections are almost $100,000 a year. It does look to be on par with the market, but I believe it potentially could bring in more, especially with the fact that it has a pool. So if I were you and if I was interested in this potential property, I'd go and I'd look at other homes in the area with a pool and see how they're performing, because usually properties with pools and other amenities, they're going to do better. Even with this projection of almost 100,000, I'm sure that it could bring in a little bit more. On top of that, it's in a great location. As you can see here, it's fairly close to everything, right by Little Haiti as well. On top of that, the owner is responsible for landscaping and weekly pool service, which is nice. That's a cost that you wouldn't be responsible for. And then on top of that, it's close to Midtown, Wynwood, Brickell, everything basically in Miami that you want to be around, it's close to. It's available now, and the deposit is not even a full month's worth of rent. It's only $32.50, which is nice. Now, parking is street parking, but they are open longer than 12 months. So of course, that high rent of about $62.50, if you want to lock that in, hopefully for a couple of years, that might be beneficial if this is something that you're interested in. But let's not skim over the fact that this property is fully furnished. Yes, the rent is a little bit higher. I think that could potentially be negotiated, but let's just talk about how it's furnished, and you do not have to pay any type of takeover fee, turnkey fee, nothing like that. You literally are getting this property furnished without having to go out and spend thousands more on furniture and design, which is nice. Now, of course, you can always do your own thing. You can come in and you can bring a couple of additional decor pieces and maybe paint the walls, whatever it is you're looking to do. That's something we can talk about. But again, it's just important to note that it is coming fully furnished. Now, features include air conditioning. It is not in an HOA, so you don't have to worry about that. We already touched on the fact that outdoor care is included. It has a swimming pool, which is going to be key in Florida, especially Miami, with a washer and dryer included. So just based on the projections that you're seeing, and again, do your own due diligence, the monthly profit is showing about $1,000 a month. That is after additional monthly expenses, which $1,000 in monthly expenses, maybe that's in line with it. Could be a little bit less just based on utilities, but that's what you can kind of expect based on a 15% buffer. So if you guys have questions about this, feel free to reach out. The property ID for this property is Miami 5641. Now, we have a ton of deals in West Palm Beach that just came in. So if you guys want to go and look through those on our website, I think all of them are single family homes. This one's really cool. I actually think we just had this one get picked up. Someone is currently pending for this deal. So if you have questions or you want to be added to the wait list, just let us know. Maybe by the time you see this video, it's no longer pending. Who knows? So then we have another one over here. This one's $3,200 a month. I believe it's a 2-1. Then we have a Hollywood unit. Now, this is not the only property in Hollywood. We actually have some 3-bed, 3-bath apartments that are still available. There should be a few left. These are in Hollywood, Florida. 3-bed, 3 baths, but they're all apartments for $3,500 a month, already come fully furnished, and to top it off, they're giving 1 month free. In addition, you do not have to pay for the furniture. There is no additional amount for it coming fully turnkey. These are $3,500 a month, and it comes with the amenities such as a pool, gym, things like that a normal apartment community would have. It's also in a great location in the heart of Hollywood, which is nice. Like I said, 3-bed, 3-bath available now, 1 month free rent. All you need to pay is first month's rent and security deposit. So if you have questions about this, it is under Hollywood 2201. Now, while we're talking about Florida, I might as well let you guys know about a new Miami property that we literally just had come in this morning that is going crazy with the projections. It was something that you first saw when we went on to Deals of the Week. It is a high rent of $9,500 a month. Who knows? Maybe we can negotiate that down. Definitely feel free to reach out. But what is the first thing you see? Yearly projections of over $200,000. I don't even know the last time we had a deal come in where it showed a yearly projection of over $200,000. This location must be phenomenal, or there must be some other properties performing really, really well in this area. 5-bed, 5 bathrooms, available in June, and it's only 3 blocks from Coconut Grove. It's 2 minutes from Coral Gables and 5 minutes from the University of Miami. It's close to Brickell, downtown, everything that you basically want to be around. The deposit is 2 months worth of rent. But again, I think that these things are something that could be negotiable, but it does come with a swimming pool, which is what you're absolutely going to need in Miami, especially for a rent price this high. It better have a pool. And it is coming unfurnished. It looks somewhat renovated, but also a little bit older. So I think that there is definitely some opportunity for not only design, but potentially some negotiation, just depending, because I don't think they have a ton of people jumping at them just to pick up this property at $9,500, even a regular tenant, right? So let's go ahead and see if this is something that could work for you. If you have questions about it, just reach out to us. This is under Miami 2780. Now, I did mention I'm going to touch on a potential purchase that you can move forward with. The reason why I'm doing that is because this has gotten a lot of interest from investors, and I just want to make sure I point it out one more time before we actually take an offer. So this is a subject to opportunity in Baltimore, Maryland. It is basically an opportunity for you to purchase a property for little to no cash down, along with the fact that you don't have to go out and get a loan. You don't have to obtain a loan. The debt is going to stay in the seller's name, but once again, you will own the property. You'll reap all benefits of ownership. If you have questions about this transaction style or you're not very familiar with it, subject to, I can definitely send you more information, or I suggest you do your own due diligence. Now, this is a property with a 4% interest rate, so you're basically getting the debt for 4%, but the market is much, much higher than that. In order to basically look at all of the important information, since we do a lot of arbitrage properties, it shows that it's a rent, but really it is for purchase. So the rent equals principal, interest, tax, and insurance. The deposit equals EMD that we want, along with the acquisition fee equals the entry fee. That's just how much you need to pay to basically purchase the property. Now, the terms are all going to be listed here. Again, this is a subject to deal. There already is a remaining loan balance at a 4% rate, so you would be basically paying that off every month, where the PTI is just under $23.45. The loan type is an FHA, and there's 27 more years on the mortgage, so you literally can keep this debt at 4% for the remainder of the loan, pay it off, and then you're free and clear. You do not necessarily have to refinance. You do not have to sell this property unless you want to. You can literally hold on to it, because guess what? It is showing a 17% cash on cash return for investors as a long-term rental. In addition, for those of you that do not want to fix and flip, that do not want to turn distressed properties into beautiful homes, this property is already beautiful. It's completely turnkey, no rehab expected or needed. I can send you the seller's disclosure if you'd like, but just looking at it right here, I mean, it's a gorgeous property. 4-bed, 2 full baths with 2 half baths with a huge backyard. Looks like a pretty big lot. On top of that, it has a detached garage. And it's right next to one of the universities. It's near a hospital, so there's a lot of different things that you could do with this property. But once again, 4% interest rate, available for purchase. We already have an offer in. We're expecting a couple more offers this weekend. So if you are interested, if you'd like to go view it, if you'd like to speak more, feel free to reach out to us. It's Baltimore 4711. Lastly, I'm just going to touch on these Tempe apartments that we still have available. I think there are a couple of them left. But let me just preface that the 1-bedrooms and the 3-bedroom apartments in this complex are showing over two times the rent in revenue. So let's just say the rent is $1,500. The revenue is showing a minimum of $3,000 per month for whatever unit it is that you're looking at. Now, they do have 2 bedrooms, but those projections don't look very strong. Not to say that it can't bring in more than what it's showing. I'm just letting you guys know off the bat. Now, these photos, these are basically model photos of a different complex. So you're only able to see a couple. That's just how we do it with apartments. So if you want to see more, if you have questions about it, just let us know. Security deposit, all of that information is here. I'll let you guys kind of take a look at it. You can pause this video. It has a ton of amenities such as the gym, a pool, everything that a major complex would usually have, especially in Arizona. But this is a great property in South Tempe. 1+ bedrooms available now. There should be a few units left. Just reach out to us for availability. And again, if you just look at, these are just based on the 1-bedroom projections, literally almost $1,500 a month in profit, which is great. So if you guys have questions about any of the deals that I just went over, feel free to reach out. We'd love to assist you and help you find your next best deal. But as always, thank you guys for tuning in, and we'll see you on the next one.